Genesis chapters 21 to 50 unveil an epic saga, a journey of faith spanning generations. It centers around the lives of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, pivotal figures in the history of Israel. These patriarchs, flawed yet faithful, wrestled with God and with each other, their stories brimming with drama, deceit, and ultimately, profound love and forgiveness. This section of Genesis takes us from laughter to tears, from betrayal to reconciliation, revealing the unwavering faithfulness of God amidst human frailty. These chapters introduce us to the complexities of familial relationships, the weight of promises made and broken, and the enduring power of forgiveness. It is within this tumultuous landscape that God's plan unfolds, often in unexpected ways, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, His presence guides and sustains us. Prepare to embark on a journey of discovery, exploring the depths of human experience and the boundless grace of a loving God. This is not just a story of the past. It speaks to the core of our human experience. It explores themes of family, faith, betrayal, and redemption, themes that resonate as deeply today as they did millennia ago. Through the lives of these individuals, we witness the challenges of living out one's faith, the struggles of holding on to hope amidst adversity, and the transformative power of God's love. As we delve into the intricate tapestry of Genesis chapters 21 to 50, let us approach these narratives with open hearts and minds. Let us allow the stories of these flawed yet faithful individuals to challenge, inspire, and ultimately draw us closer to the one who walks with us through every season of life. The story of Abraham and Isaac is one of profound faith and unimaginable sacrifice. God promised Abraham, then childless and elderly, countless descendants. Years later, against all odds, Isaac, the child of laughter and promise, was born. Yet God tested Abraham, commanding him to sacrifice Isaac. Imagine the turmoil in Abraham's heart, the agony of such a request. Blindly trusting God, Abraham prepared to obey, demonstrating the depths of his faith. At the last moment, God intervened, sparing Isaac. This event cemented Abraham's unwavering faith, a faith passed down through generations. This story throws light on the themes of obedience and trust in God, even when His commands seem impossible to bear. The story of Abraham and Isaac is not just about a physical sacrifice but about a spiritual surrender. It speaks about trusting God's plan, even when it seems illogical or painful. It highlights the theme of faith tested and refined through fire, emerging stronger and more resilient. Jacob, son of Isaac, was a complex character, marked by both cunning and a deep connection with God. He tricked his brother Esau out of his birthright and blessing, setting in motion a cycle of familial discord. Fleeing his brother's wrath, Jacob encountered God in a dream, a ladder connecting heaven and earth. This vision, rich in symbolism, assured Jacob of God's continued presence and blessing. Later, Jacob wrestled with God, an encounter that left him physically marked but spiritually transformed. He reconciled with Esau, demonstrating the power of forgiveness to heal old wounds. Jacob's story reminds us that God can use even our flawed choices and bring about His purposes. It underscores the transformative power of divine encounters, shaping us into individuals capable of forgiveness and reconciliation. Joseph, Jacob's favored son, faced a different kind of trial betrayal by his own brothers. Sold into slavery, Joseph navigated a path of hardship and injustice. His resilience and unwavering faith in God, however, led him to a position of power in Egypt. When famine struck, Joseph, now Egypt's governor, found himself face to face with his brothers. Instead of revenge, he offered forgiveness and reconciliation, ultimately saving his family from starvation. Joseph's story speaks volumes about overcoming adversity, trusting in God's plan even when life seems unfair. It exemplifies the power of forgiveness, breaking the cycle of hatred and paving the way for healing and reconciliation. Genesis chapters 21 to 50 are replete with dreams and symbolic events that add layers of meaning to the narrative. Jacob's ladder, a stairway to heaven, represents the constant communication between God and humanity. Joseph's colorful coat, a symbol of his father's favor, becomes a source of envy and conflict. These symbols invite us to look beyond the literal and delve into the spiritual significance of these events. They remind us that God often communicates through symbolic language, urging us to seek deeper understanding. Each dream, each symbol serves as a window into the spiritual realm, enriching the narrative and offering timeless truths about God, humanity, and our relationship with the divine. They highlight the importance of paying attention to the language of symbols, both in Scripture and in our own lives. for they often carry profound messages from the divine. Throughout the trials and triumphs of these patriarchs, one constant thread remains: God's unwavering faithfulness to his covenant promises. Despite human failings and challenging circumstances, God's promise to Abraham, a great nation, countless descendants, a blessing to all nations, remained the driving force. Each generation witnessed the unfolding of this covenant, from the miraculous birth of Isaac to the preservation of Jacob's family through Joseph in Egypt. This unwavering faithfulness underscores God's commitment to his promises, reminding us that he is a God who keeps his word. Even when human doubt and disobedience cast shadows, God's faithfulness shines through, reminding us that our mistakes cannot derail his plans. This unwavering commitment forms the bedrock of faith, offering hope and assurance across generations. Forgiveness and reconciliation emerge as central themes in Genesis 21-50. Jacob deceived his brother but later sought reconciliation. Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, ultimately forgave their betrayal, reuniting the family. These powerful stories illustrate the transformative power of forgiveness. They demonstrate that holding on to anger and resentment only perpetuates pain. Choosing forgiveness, however difficult, opens the door to healing and restoration. These narratives encourage us to confront our own capacity for forgiveness. They challenge us to break free from cycles of bitterness and embrace the liberating power of reconciliation, both in our relationships with others and with God. The stories of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph are filled with instances where God's timing seemed unconventional. Abraham and Sarah waited decades for Isaac's birth. Joseph endured years of hardship before his elevation in Egypt. These narratives underscore the importance of trusting in God's plan, even when it unfolds differently than we expect. They teach us patience, reminding us that God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our own. Waiting on God, trusting in his timing, is not passive resignation, it is active faith. It is the courage to believe that God is working even when we cannot see the full picture. It is the confidence that he will bring his promises to fruition in his perfect time. The legacy of Genesis 21-50 extends far beyond the pages of Scripture. These stories, passed down through generations, have shaped the faith and identity of countless individuals. They offer timeless lessons in faith, forgiveness, trust, and the unwavering faithfulness of God. These chapters remind us that we are all part of a larger story, a story woven through generations, connected by a God who keeps his promises. They challenge us to live lives marked by faith, to embrace forgiveness, and to trust in God's plan, even when it unfolds in ways we least expect. As we conclude our journey through Genesis 21-50, let us carry these lessons in our hearts. Let us strive to embody the faith of Abraham, the forgiveness of Joseph, and the unwavering trust in God's plan demonstrated by all the patriarchs. For in their stories we find hope, inspiration, and a timeless roadmap for navigating the complexities of life's journey.